Hi, and welcome to another video. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today is another quick clean with me video after breakfast. The entire family was home today. My husband was working from home and my daughter was doing school from home. This was when COVID-19 was still happening, restrictions were still going, and schools were closed. However, of course, by now she is back in school with in-person learning. But in today's video, everybody was home. I am cleaning up after breakfast. I start with the dining table. I move on to my baby girl's little play area. And then I move into the kitchen and do some plants. However, I've separated the videos, so that will be another video for another day because I do clean the kitchen differently for a quick cleanup. You'll also see there's like a printer in the background, some paper, and some other little things. And that is mostly because, once again, my daughter and husband were both working and doing school from home. So it's not usually in that space, but just for today it is, out of convenience for the both of them. You see me here spraying a cleaner onto my baby girl's playmat. I do not use chemicals, especially with her being around, and at this point she's more rampant than she was at this point in time. This is just a vinegar and water solvent just mixed together. Very natural, very clean, very simple. And I do allow the mat to dry before, I put the things back on and before I allow her to play on it. So it is pretty safe, not very harmful at all. I really try to keep it simple, especially when I'm cleaning baby girl's things. Another quick disclosure, you will see plants in the background inside of buckets. This is my wonderful husband's idea of bringing in some of the peppers that we were growing outside inside. They do not stay inside. We do bring them back outside once spring comes around. This is actually something new that he's trying because we did not do this the previous year. While I do not prefer it, and of course I do not like it, it is a bit of a sore eye for me in my dining and living area. It's crops that we are growing through the summer, so we'll see what happens. It is our first time bringing them into the home to see how they will last and grow for when the spring and summer season comes back around. But that's why they're in those bins, because usually they are kept outside. videos, I usually like to speak about some sort of motivational or mental health awareness topic that today we can all relate to, things that I am possibly going through that I can relate to myself. Of course, I am kind of choosing a different setup for this video, as you can tell based on how I started it. But I thought that I would mention in this section of the video, I really wasn't feeling like cleaning today. My mom was over, my sister was over, it's just the entire family was there, but I just felt like the place was a bit of a mess because the night before we had a movie night and it ended late. I just didn't have the energy to clean, and I really had to find that energy today just to tidy up, not a full clean or anything of the sort like that, but just to get things in order. I really had to pull from deep down to find that motivation. This is something that I have spoken about in previous videos, getting motivated just when you aren't motivated. And what keeps me going is just knowing how I will feel by the end of it, knowing that my place is tidy, it's clean, it's put together, and everybody will be happy and satisfied and organized, especially seeing that my daughter and husband were working from home that day. I also wanted to create a nice, comfortable, clean space for them to be able to concentrate and just get the job done. But as a mom and a wife, and having a family, sometimes you really just have to dig deep and find that motivation just to get the job done. And a lot of the times you just need to keep in mind of what you're going to feel like once the job is done. You will feel great and you'll probably be able to enjoy your day that much better. I know me, if I didn't do it, I'll literally be stressing about it and just thinking about it throughout the day. So might as well get up, do what you can, get it done. Even if it's not everything, at least do a few things. And hey, the next day you can finish up the rest. At least you were able to do something. So now we are in the living area. You can see here, it's pretty much filled with all of my husband's stuff because once again, he is working from home. So it's literally just to tidy up. These things are never inside of the living room. The living room is not set up like this usually, but I was just cleaning up and tidying up around him. But of course, all of his paperwork, his bags, his laptop, all of his wires, everything pretty much had to stay around him. So I was just cleaning around him, but usually these things are not in here. Everything has a place normally, but with everybody working from home, these things do happen. Things can be a little bit messier, and it's the workspace for the moment. Multi-purpose spaces we have in the home a lot of the time. So I'm sure some of you guys have experienced that through COVID-19 and having to use a living room or dining room space to set up your computers. You may not have an office, so these are just some of the things that you may have to do. And once you're done, everything does get cleaned up and things get put back into place, because he does have an office technically that he works out of. So it's not like this permanently all the time, but just doing a quick tidy up around him just to keep things a bit organized and together while he's working. Thanks so much for joining me on this really quick little tidy up of my home first thing in the morning after a really good breakfast, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week.